live? Didn't know. Oh my gosh. Tatum, we got Chick Fil A. Your chicken in your filet. What's shaking? Bacon? No bacon here. Oh, you might have gotten bacon.
So we did drive like 20 minutes with it. Fries are still good.
Still good? Still good. Alrighty. Hello, howdy doody, friends.
Our Chick Fil A is not close to us.
No, we don't have close Chick Fil A's, but we were filleting it in the mood. Alrighty, baby.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Thank you. So, we got Chick Fil A.
We did.
Tatum, you didn't get Chick Fil A.
No.
You saw your butt filet.
Oh, and we got honey roasted barbecue sauce with it. Look at
Yeah,
that.
I didn't realize till I was like looking at the order that I guess, because I didn't like pick any sauces on the side. They just picked that one
They
for me,
picked
I
for
guess.
you. Oh, I didn't realize we get these little wrappers.
I think this might be new.
Yeah, look at that.
That's nice.
Which is kind of nice, like if you're sitting in your car, you know, so that stuff doesn't fall out. I have to say though, it looks so fresh, you know, with the lettuce and all, and cheese, lettuce and cheese.
So guys, today
Today is the day of the Thurs.
we tried a new side hustle today. And we did not succeed.
They gave us the wrong address to go to. So we canceled it and we'll try it again another time.
So we said, alrighty, off to Chick Fil A we go.
Uh-huh. Waffle fries are good. I think that's one of the best things they do are their waffle fries.
Oh.
Do you guys think they'll ever change and be open on Sundays? I mean, they never have, and I know it's because they're a religious thing.
I was tempted to get, I guess they came out with potato chips that are like shaped like this.
In the store?
Mhm.
Oh.
No, at Chick Fil A.
Oh.
These feel really salty.
I was going to say that. And my buns taste really buttery today.
You got buttery buns?
I got buttery buns today, ma'am.
Okay.
Does yours taste really buttery?
Let me check. Like my lip is burning from the salt on the fries. I wouldn't say there's an overabundance of butt.
But what you talking about? And their buns don't have sesame seeds. What are these, like little oat flakes on them? And oats tend to, you know, be a little sweeter anyway.
So we tried to do a new side hustle today.
We did.
And it was pretty ironic because yesterday I picked up my new like orthopedic inserts from the orthopediologist. And then today, Mom downloaded, or did you download it before?
I had applied. And then, so it's another side hustle thing where you go in and like set up store displays and do that kind of stuff.
And so, Mom got one today that said, go to the Walmart in Fall River and go and ask an associate to help you get this Dr. Scholl's display.
Which is inserts, you know, for your shoes.
Go get it and like have them get it out of storage.
Yeah, wherever
for
they.
you, and basically assemble and like stock this little like Dr. Scholl's display. I'm like, that's weird. Because I just got my little inserts yesterday.
I know, it was funny.
But we got there and realized it was
They changed the location on us.
Fall River Street in Seekonk, Mass.
We're like, no,
And that was a little bit further than we wanted to go.
another like half an hour, 40 minutes, whatever, the other direction. And we're like, no.
So thankfully, before we left, we had already said, okay, well, while we're up there, we'll get Chick Fil A.
That's a nice thick one. Nothing like a thick fry.
That's what they always say.
You know, when you were describing your orthopediologist, you know, it's weird. You go and you get a facial, right?
Uh-huh.
They call it a facial. It's on your face, right? So that makes sense. It's a facial. It's on your face. But if you go to have your hands done, right? They call it a manicure. And you have your toes done and your feet, and they call it a pedicure. Like, shouldn't it be like a hand-secure or something?
Like a fingering.
Yeah. And your toenails, like
Fingerture.
something. I mean, isn't that weird? I mean, who names these things? And then we just all go along with it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, I too think about that. You know what's one that really gets me? That it's like, oh, we all just like go along with it? Colors.
Colors?
Colors. Like, who was like, this is red. Everybody, this is red.
R-E-D spells
People
red.
that are colorblind see red as green sometimes.
Depending on which version of colorblind
And
you are,
stuff.
yeah.
And so it's like, the fact that one person was like, red, yellow. And we were all like, red,
Okay.
yellow. Even though there's a good chance, like, every single person sees color differently.
Right. Could be.
Because we could both go, yeah, that's red.
Mm.
But we've both been programmed since we were young to say, oh, that's red.
But I'm seeing it, and it really is like blue, but I call that red.
And it's like, you're going to see other things. You want a piece of a fry? You're going to see other things. Like, and so it's like, this is pink, and this is pink. So it's like, obviously there's a certain point where we both go, yes, these are the same, but this could, like, technically, like, to me, look gray compared to how you see pink. Or,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I think that's also why there's so many problems when the
Oh, we've got a reason for pedicure being called pedicure.
oh,
It's derived
Okay,
from the Latin word pes.
so
which
what
means
does the
that-
Latin word face mean?
What? Oh, okay.
Oh,
See,
you know,
that's
there's
what you get.
no, and that's why I think that classic line, lost in translation, comes from. Because,
Manicure comes from Latin manus.
are you going to have your manus handled again? Okay, Voltus. Okay, so then why aren't we going for a Voltus instead of a facial?
Because not everything is based on Latin words.
But I mean, if we're gonna call everything by their translation,
We're not.
yeah, not everything's translating the same. Yeah. Anyway, I was just wondering. You know, we can just do that wondering thing sometimes.
All right.
It's a Thursday Wonder Day.
Well, that brings me to the point that we were talking about yesterday that I said would be great. My lip is really One of these fries really like cut the side of my lip. It's like burning.
Did you have a good lawyer?
So, yesterday, we were doing... I thought I was going to have a lot more burps than this. We were doing Instacart, DoorDash, whatever you may call it. And someone got a pizza delivery. We delivered a pizza. And they got vegan pepperoni and ham on it.
It was the weirdest pizza to begin with. They got whole wheat crust.
It was a weird pizza.
Double broccoli, double cauliflower.
So it sparked some conversation because it still had regular cheese. I said, is the cheese vegan on it too? Hi, Christine. And it was regular cheese on it. So I'm like, oh, they're vegetarian, not vegan. What were we talking about before it, though?
Oh, we were talking about animals before, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. But I feel like there was something else that led us to this conversation to be. But anyways, we're like, that's so weird. Like, if you're just gonna get vegan pepperoni and vegan ham, like, why not just get the meat?
Yes.
Like, whatever.
Like, where's the beef, Wendy?
And so, then I was saying how I had seen previously a video where someone who was vegan had, like, done, like, a grocery haul or something and was showing, like, all their vegan meats and vegan cheeses and whatever. And the comments were all full of the same question, like, why not just eat the meat? Like, why... Like, if you clearly like the taste.
No.
And I said, yeah, no, like, vegans, we never said, like, it tastes bad. Like, the meat tastes good, but we just love animals. Don't want to eat animals. And so, that led me to think.
I know where you're going with this.
Now, hear me out.
Stick with us here.
I don't know how it tastes, right? But on that theory, on that mind, on that wavelength of sorts, what does human meat taste like?
Yeah.
I mean, some people know. So maybe I've just been watching too much Yellowjackets. It's that show.
Yeah.
But got me thinking. Obviously, like, we love humans. Don't want to eat humans. But if we're making
We can eat the mock.
artificial meat to taste like other meat, no one steal my idea here, because
Yeah.
I'm thinking Buffalo Bill LLC coming your way. You know, hear me out. Could we not then have vegan cannibalism? Could we not make vegan human meat? Because if at the end of the day it's just tofu,
Or whatever it is that they make it out of.
you know what I'm saying? If you really love animals so much, don't eat the vegan pepperoni. Make a vegan, or don't eat a vegan cheeseburger. Eat a vegan human burger.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just surprised. Maybe there's like laws against it, but
Yeah.
I'm just surprised.
Maybe
no
they're
one's-
afraid people might get the taste and want to go after the real McCoy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I see where that could. But then what if you go and hunt down a person and eat it and it doesn't taste the same? What if the vegan stuff's better?
Mm. Usually it's not. They lose the texture in most vegan things. You know.
So that doesn't make sense.
Was it supposed to? Well, I mean,
Just going off the theory of vegans that are like, it tastes good, but we don't want to eat that living thing. In theory, wouldn't human meat taste alright?
Yeah.
I don't know how you'd harness that flavor.
And
I'm just spitballing here.
And also, like, different parts of a, like, even let's say a cow, for example, tastes different. Like, if you ate the cow's liver versus the cow's hindside, or the cow's whatever, that all of them don't taste the same. So, when they're making
Vegan human rib.
yeah.
Guys, I'm kidding. It's a joke.
How come
I'm goofing. I'm being silly,
How
guys.
come they don't do vegan ribs, though? They could put some kind of artificial rib bone. Right? That's what I haven't seen. If anybody's looking for a new career.
Yeah, they haven't done the vegan meat on the bone.
Yeah. No ribs, no like ribeye steaks, you know.
You know, I don't know how they would do that. But,
It would be some kind of a
Because-
plastic or something that they...
because then what are we shaping it after a real? Like, say you get...
Well, that's what they do with some of it.
No, they don't. None of the vegan meat actually looks anything like actual pieces of meat.
No, but like a vegan hamburger is in the shape of a hamburger.
Yeah, but a hamburger
It's
isn't
not
in the shape of an
cow.
organ.
Or a cow.
Right. And so, like, they make it like the vegan, you know, chicken sausages and vegan whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm saying, like, are we going so far if we're going to do it on the bone? Like, are we doing, like, a vegan drumstick?
Yeah.
And if that's the case, are we constructing a whole artificial chicken carcass and then putting this artificial meat? And how far are we going to continue to stray from God's light? I don't.
And is the carcass going to be edible? Like,
I don't like where this is going.
No.
I was more on board with the vegan cannibalism.
How about that YouTuber, I'm trying to think of his name, that went to that island that's absolutely taboo to go to. And that's,
You know, that unnamed YouTuber that went to that unnamed island?
no, that,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
do you?
No!
Oh, yeah, it's a famous YouTuber. I'm sure somebody here knows. And he went to this island that is taboo. You're not allowed to go there. And it only has, like, the original, like, 200, 300 people, whatever, colonists. And they are, like, aborigines almost or something. And they will kill you if you, like, come up to the island. But, and their fear is, why you're not allowed to go there is no germs there. And they don't want any germs introduced there. You know what I mean? And this one, you can Google it if you want, actually went there or attempted to land onto the island. I know he filmed some of the people there, and I mean, it was a whole thing. And they're saying that it's actually illegal what he did. And I believe he got arrested. And I think there's a couple of islands like that.
I'm just gonna say right off the bat, hey Thicky Nicky. Right off the bat, making the claims that an island doesn't have germs is absolutely preposterous.
But germs that they've never encountered. Like, they've been this island, like, they have, like, no clothes, no nothing. They're just absolutely, like, and it's in the tropics, you know, so just they don't need a lot of clothes. But thank you. But they've never been introduced to any, like, foreign diseases at all. They've never allowed other people to the island. You can Google.
So
if
we're
you
not
have
allowed
your
to
phone.
contact them. I'm not saying that it's not, that they aren't making these claims. I'm not saying none of this is true. But all it takes is a bird to fly off the island, go land somewhere else, get sick with that, fly back and poop, right where they eat or whatever. One person gets sick with it, and it, like, so that's just a crazy claim.
Except birds don't typically, like,
I think the guy tried to bring a can of Coke.
I think you're right. He tried to, like, actually, like, introduce them to, like, stuff.
Well, I guess you guys know who she's talking about.
Yeah, it's just current in the past, like, week or two that he did this.
I kind of don't, like...
It's on YouTube.
I kind of stay out of the loop these days because I've seen people say this for a long time, but especially with everything going on in the world, I've seen, like, videos more and more of people saying, like, hey, we're not supposed to know everything. We're not supposed to know every disaster going on in the world and it be something that, like,
we all have to,
or, like, yes, thank God we're not going through the, whatever, but, like, we're not supposed to know everything. Like, it's okay to not be woke on, like, everything.
Right? I mean, now it's like every single court case that takes place anywhere, they have to make it like it's you personal, like it's personal to you.
It's not that, you know, those people don't deserve to be heard and that people shouldn't know about, you know, whatever. But, like, we don't need to be worrying about everything that's going wrong with every person in every speck of the world and like...
And there's this much good news.
Right.
It used to be, you know, the news would be this much, like, of what was going on, crazy disaster, whatever happened in the world. The rest of the news was, you know, good news. Like, oh, you know, they're building a new barn on their farm over here, and they're, whatever was good, you know, they're going to be doing this amazing thing.
Yeah.
And it's just so opposite now. It's sad.
Well, it's like you. Every time I'm like, oh, look at that beautiful yellow flower. You're like, I've seen prettier.
I do not say that.
But, yeah, no, like, we're not supposed to, like, it's like, if you're not keeping up with, like, there was a video that was saying how one person's like, oh, did you hear about what's going on in Gaza, or going on in here, and going on in there, and whatever, and, like, some people have the narrative of, like, if you don't know everything that's devastating other people, like, if you don't know about it and don't stay up on it and whatever, then, like, you're a bad person that doesn't care, doesn't empathize, doesn't sympathize, whatever, and it's like, no, actually, there's nothing I can do. I'm not saying necessarily any specific situation, but a lot of these situations where there's natural disasters and whatever, there's nothing I can do. I'm not there. Nothing I can do is going to help or whatever. And so, I don't know anyone there. It doesn't personally affect me.
And then it frustrates you because
like,
then you're like, well, you could donate to whatever. Then you find out whatever organization you donate to was all swindled and they didn't even get any of it anyway.
Well, and it's like, if you're trying to stay on top of everything that's going on in the world and donating to the right cause and whatever, you're going to be spending your whole day, your whole life sitting there trying to find different legit, not scammer causes to donate all your money to, and then, like, then what?
Right.
Like,
it's crazy.
You know.
So if you want a good cause, there's a little link, a little gift icon down below. But yeah, it's crazy.
So anyways, back to vegan cannibalism, ethically sourced cannibalistic activities.
Yeah, you're gonna have to update me. Have there been new episodes on that show that you've been watching?
My free trial ended, so I haven't been watching it.
Oh.
It honestly got kind of like, it was like, all right, I'm over this. Is anyone else watching Yellowjackets? I missed last week's episode, and then there's a new episode tomorrow. I really, really like the show, and then now I'm like current, spoiler alerts. And I don't know if I'm even gonna say anything that's a spoiler if you haven't seen it or whatever, but it's essentially just becoming a show about like one girl that was like on the island that now present day is just like trying to like come up with reasons to like kill everybody. And now I'm just like, oh, it's just like her serial killer show. Like, I'm all set.
They need a new writer too, if they're gonna carry on.
Well, because they're like killing people off, and it's like she's the one killing them.
Oh, she
And
is.
so it's like, yeah, or whatever. Like, I don't even care. I didn't watch it for like a true crime or fake crime. Whatever. I wanted to watch it because I wanted to see what happened to these kids on this island, and now it's like panning too much to like real time. I'm like, no, I want to see the kids eating the other kids.
And
I don't care about current day, the trauma she's suffering from the repercussions. I want to see the trauma.
yeah. Well, I know when you've explained it to me too, a lot of it, like, it just doesn't even like make sense to watch. Like you were saying, how all of a sudden they would find, all this food that was buried. Well, how did it get buried there?
If
You
you
know?
guys don't know what I'm talking about, there's a show, Yellowjackets, and essentially it's about. I'm late to it. I guess the show came out in like 2021, so it's not a huge spoiler alert for me. But it's like this show where this soccer team is going to nationals and they crash, and the plane crashes in some Canadian wilderness, whatever, and they're stuck there for like almost 2 years. But the whole show is like the first season is them mostly like as kids and the plane crashing, whatever, and then it goes back and forth to. Because, like, not every person survived the plane crash or the years that they spent, like, on this island. And so it shows, like, real time some of the people that did survive, whatever. And it goes back and forth to, like, how, like, what happened there is, like, affecting them, whatever.
In modern day life. Or...
And, like, what, like, they're currently up to in their modern day life and whatever. And it's just gotten too, like, they should have done, like, season 1, a little bit of back and forth, and then, like, season 2, like, all of the island. And then, like, season 3, like, all the current day or whatever.
And occasional flashbacks to reference
something.
points.
But it's just too much, like, okay, like, I'm enjoying, like, the intense, like, on the island, okay, now they're hunting, they're doing this and whatever. And then all of a sudden it flashes to
You're in somebody's
current
living
day,
room.
and and I'm like, I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't watched any, but Megan's been giving me kind of blow by blow on the episodes. And then when we would discuss it, I would say things and stuff, and she's like, yeah, it wasn't. I like to watch a show that's a lot of time. I like documentaries. I like, that kind of stuff. But when you watch something and it's just not believable.
Well, that's it too. Yeah, it would be showing like the girls in the forest, and then like the coach, whatever, of the soccer team, like veers off and gets away from them because they're acting crazy, and he just so happens to find like this bunker with a bunch of like freeze-dried, preserved, like military style, like food, whatever. Oh, he just happens to find that after they've been like cannibalizing each other for 6 months or whatever. Like,
And now let's have a little feast.
Oh,
Get out the hot chocolate.
oh, let's have some hot chocolate now. Like, are you kidding me? And yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
how did that just all of a sudden appear there?
But like the last episode is what made me really just like, I'm not paying for a month to watch the next few episodes. Like, my free trial can end, whatever. The last episode basically ended with like, the girl's name is Shauna. It's a girl that was on the island, whatever. And Shauna, like, in real time, she thought her husband was cheating on her. So then she starts cheating on her husband, and then like finds out her husband isn't cheating on her. And so she kills the guy she's cheating with. And then it all of a sudden like,
So it's like such a true story.
no, but it just like starts this unrealistic. It's like, No, like, why are we killing people? Like, we're not on the island anymore. Like, what do we do? What? Like, it just turned into, like, the last episode ended,
Turned into
and
nonsense.
she went to, like, one of the other girls that was on the island's house and, like, was gonna kill her or something. And I'm like,
Why?
where is this list of people we're killing and why and who? Like,
Yeah.
what is like? This is not. I thought it was gonna be like a wildlife thriller, like whatever. What about my Patreon?
You can sign up for it. Have you?
So, anyways, that's why I was talking about the vegan cannibalism, because they seem to really enjoy it. I think they were also just a bit hungry.
And they were kids.
Ah, yes, human meat tastes much better when you're a child.
I'm not. You know, they say like your sight and your hearing is much sharper. You know, when you're younger. Is that the same thing with taste?
No.
It isn't.
Your taste buds like reform every couple of years. So, no.
Oh, because I was going to say, if that was the case with your taste buds, so that as a child you'd really like be able to identify flavors, but I guess then they would have all of these people that do taste tests be children if that was the case, if they had more sensitive taste buds.
Yeah, no.
Oh, thank you. I did not know that.
Can you stop? I don't like when you growl at me. It's not nice. So yeah. So we did not assemble the
Dr. Scholl's
Dr.
foot thing.
Scholl's display that we thought we were going to today.
We did not. No.
We got some Chick Fil A instead. I'm really upset. My lip is literally like on fire. I don't know what happened.
I'm not,
What split
even
my
my
lip?
sandwich tasted like it had like a little bit of like Cajun spice or something on it.
A little tear, see it?
Yeah.
You were looking at my phone.
No, I saw it right there on the edge.
Yeah, but at first you went,
Yeah.
it's like a paper cut.
Yeah, but then when you get salt in it, it feels like
That's, yeah. So I'm done eating for now, I guess. Till that
Yeah. So
feels a little better.
this isn't just the regular Chick Fil A
didn't
sauce.
try it.
No, I didn't. Did you try it?
No.
Oh. We could save it and try it for something else. Yeah. We could.
Roasted barbecue. I feel like there was something else I wanted to talk about.
Well, we had started discussing the other day about the animals and how they've recreated these.
Oh yeah, that's what it was. That we talked about. We were having a conversation that was like hand in hand with the cannibalism, meat, and then animals.
Yeah.
Mom discovered they're trying to bring back some dog.
So yeah, so apparently they've successfully done it, and I'm not sure which country it's in, but I gotta go back and read the article again. But it was a legit website. But they've created 3 pups. There's 2 males and 1 female. The 2
What kind of dog is it?
They're actually the original ancestors to the wolves, which are about 3 to 4 times the size of the wolves that we know now. And they actually they found one of these complete skeletons and was able to, abstract or destract or construct the DNA, and then make more of them. So the first go at it, they were able to inseminate. It's a very large dog they used. I want to say it's like a Newfie or something like that. It's the type of dog that they used as the carrier. But the wolves, but there's an actual name for them. They don't just call them wolves. They're huge. And they had 2 males in the first litter. And they're completely white. And then they tried an attempt at it one more time, and they were successful with one more. And that pup is about 6 months younger than the initial two, and it's a female. So they're technically siblings, not of the same litter, but they're gonna grow to be 3 to 4 times the size of a normal wolf. But that's what they were back, what was it, 2000 BC or something like
So
that.
that's what Mom was like, yeah, and they're still trying to work on bringing back, like, the woolly mammoth. And
They
they're
are.
trying to bring back, and it's like, okay, but the thing about when, like, scientists find, like, bones or whatever, or skeletons or whatever, the only way they can 100% know that what they are thinking or assuming or whatever, because when they find, like, this bones and DNA, unless they find said animal literally preserved in ice, like we had talked about.
Petrified, yeah, in like a glacier.
Unless you find, like, a woolly mammoth in ice or a T-Rex or something in ice, you're never gonna know 100%. Because, like, I've seen stuff where they talk about that they might have had the T-Rex wrong. That all these years, they dug up and found bones and did DNA testing and whatever. And they, like, no one 100% knows what, like, any of the dinosaurs and whatever look like unless there's, like, fossils that can confirm it. But otherwise, these scientists are just making extremely educated guesses. But, like, they say, like, the T-Rex, how it's the dinosaur with the tiny arms. I saw something not too long ago talking about how they might have had it completely wrong and that it might have been some sort of massive bird. And that those little arms were
part of wings.
Wing muscle or wing bones or whatever, that if they didn't find one actually preserved, by the time they find it so many hundreds and whatever years later, the wings itself might have been completely gone.
Right, because they were just flesh and cartilage,
Whatever. And so it's scary, like, when they find these dog bones, which, I'm not a scientist, so I don't know.
Well, they had a full skeleton that they used for those.
Well, and it's like you find these bones and they run the tests they can, but at what point, like, how do they 100% know it was canine? Or, like, I'm sure there's things to rule out these simple questions.
You mean that it wasn't feline?
That's what I mean, is like, how do they know? And I'm sure, the base level questions where I'm saying, like, how do they know it wasn't a cat versus a dog?
Yeah.
But when they're in there, there's questions on their scale where they go, how do we know if this was A, B, G, C, whatever chromosome, or if this is so-and-so, whatever, and they just have to make a guess. And if they're wrong, what are they then, like, creating in the lab?
What kind of animal, right.
And because I was like, why would they even be doing this in general?
What's going to come out?
Why do we want to bring a woolly mammoth back? Because also, I have the same butterfly sweater. Which one? She has butterflies on her
We
sweater
both do.
I'm guessing probably mine.
Yeah.
But, because, like, say they want to, like they want to bring this dog back or whatever. They have to guess that, okay, so this is closely aligned with today's wolf. They have to then take the DNA of today's wolf and try and breed it with this ancient DNA.
The wolf is on the endangered list to begin with, so why aren't they just trying to create more of those
a super wolf
before they go extinct, rather than trying to spend all their time recreating something that's been gone for 4,000 years?
Right. Because, like you said, then they take what they can and mix it and make, like, a wolf hybrid egg of whatever, and then they put that into
another random animal.
And that's what I was saying, like, imagine how sick that Newfie is during that pregnancy. That Newfoundland dog that has
carrying an
completely alien foreign DNA that's nowhere near theirs, because like I've heard stories of women that like their and their baby daddy have different blood types, and they're sick carrying the baby the entire pregnancy just on different blood types, let alone a completely foreign
Well,
thing that then is also
it's more than that even. It's more like a surrogate, because it would be completely different with the egg, completely different with the sperm. Not just your baby daddy having something different.
Right.
But if you were even a surrogate, because then you've got all kinds of, they're more of just a surrogate.
Right. Right, exactly. So that's what I'm saying, like, they're a surrogate with completely, like...
This is the butterflies on mine.
I just imagine what that does. And then, like, depending what they get right and what they get wrong, what is the outcome?
And what are you going to do with what it came out? What if it's something really crazy comes out?
Well, they have the ability to just,
Yeah.
undo what they've done, I'm sure. But say that they don't 100% know, and then they go and get a pack of these dogs and release them into the wild because apparently they're trying to do all this to right the ecosystems and fix things that whatever. So to speak, you're essentially
creating a new animal.
Releasing some, so to speak, an invasive species.
Which they would be.
Because then they would probably go out to mate with other wolves, and
who knows what then they would create.
Who knows what they would wipe out or create.
Yeah.
And that's why, you don't release invasive species or, non-native species into
I mean, that's like, you can get, I don't know if you know what a fisher cat is, but they are vicious. You can have one little fisher cat, and they can come in and wipe out like an entire acre of every single squirrel, chipmunk, everything. And they could do the same thing. So they could be actually making things worse, and you'd really learn why they're extinct. But, well, I guess, if they are actually, like we had said, like in a glacier, and you could get that. Or the other one is like if they were like in some type of like an amber, that like a sap, whatever.
From Jurassic Park.
Kind of like that. Yeah, it would be. Which I'm sure, some bugs and stuff did get trapped, and then you would have all that DNA and it would be for real and intact, and you could see what it was. And
isn't that how isn't that the story of the Jurassic Park
movies?
Is.
Yeah.
That they got the mosquito out of the amber, and the mosquito had drinking dinosaurs' blood right before or whatever or something.
Yeah.
Imagine.
That's a brilliant mind, though, to think of that, to write the stories.
Yeah.
That's a brilliant writer to.
I don't know
be that creative to.
Could they really, like? That would be crazy if that was something that could really be done.
I'm sure it can be. I bet it could be. I mean, that's probably how they're doing it, somewhat like that.
Well, I mean, a
mosquito is a bloodsucker, and then it...
Yes, I understand how mosquitoes work, but I'm saying, like, to some extent, you would be going at that completely blind. If you just found some mosquito
you have no idea what it sucked on.
Or whatever, you don't know when it's from, when it sucked on, and so if you're then going to try to extract, it could have sucked off the neighborhood cat, and then...
Right, and you're thinking it's going to have a baby, like, of one species, and it's not even that.
Why would a mosquito have a baby?
Oh, I thought you meant when they start, like, combining and trying to reproduce it. They weren't trying to reproduce the mosquito in Jurassic Park.
Yeah, no shit. They were taking the DNA from its stomach.
Right.
So I'm saying, today, if you did that, I guess they have ways to test, like, the age of the amber, but, like, if you were just, like, out in some, I don't know, place that people explore, and you
know how long it's been sitting.
Right.
There. I see what you're saying.
To take because the person that would have had to have done that to make Jurassic, it's a fictional story.
Right.
But I'm saying the person that found the amber, that extracted whatever, you would have to be complete. There's no way you'd know that there would be dinosaur blood in that mosquito.
No. No, oh no, not.
They would just have to, on a whim, be like, "Oh, let's test what's in this mosquito." If we
Right.
whatever,
They would have to know how old the amber was.
they
like,
wouldn't
and-
have
and-
known like this is the secret to Jurassic Park the
Yeah.
second they found it.
Of
Like
course
it
not.
could,
Yeah, right.
it could, be a bobcat's blood in there that they were running around millions of
Right.
years ago and they're still here. And
Right,
they're
right.
whatever, like, oh, whoop-de-doo, we made an animal that already exists, or
Mhm.
you know what I mean? So.
Right. So now that we've evolved,
So, how come, on that note, how come there also isn't vegan dinosaur meat?
that is a good question.
These
Well,
are the.
except they have dino nuggets.
They're not vegan.
I
They
think
might
they
have
do
vegan
have some.
ones.
I think they do have some.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's not. I mean, how do we know?
I mean, they might be making them out of dinosaur meat. There might be like a dinosaur farm out there somewhere, but they're keeping it so private, like one of
Well,
those islands that
in-
you're not supposed to go to.
In theory, chickens are dinosaurs.
Right. And alligators too, aren't they? And crocodiles, and
And we've technically had dinosaur nuggets.
we have.
But I'm saying, how come there isn't a vegan alternative? So no dinosaurs are harmed. Kind of like we
Well-
could also.
Well, that's where the dino nuggets come in. Because no dinosaurs are harmed.
Chickens are dinosaurs. We just went over this.
The vegan ones aren't.
I'm saying that's not.
Vegan chicken dino nuggets.
I want T-Rex vegan meat.
I'm gonna get working on this. You know how I love making recipes, and I love a challenge.
Vegan velociraptor.
That's second. Which one do you want me to start first?
Yeah. Yeah. All of
Okay.
it.
And should there be some kind of a dipping sauce for these? Some type of prehistoric dipping sauce?
I mean, don't get stupid now. What a dumb question.
Tatum perked right up when you said, "Don't get stupid."
What a dumb question. Of course there's gonna be a marinade for the vegan dinosaur meat.
I mean, maybe.
Honey roasted
I mean, it's
barbecue.
Chick Fil A. Chick is the dinosaur.
No. Velociraptor.
Oh.
Tatum, she doesn't get it.
I'm telling you. So much going on. For a Thursday? For a Thursday, right, Tate? It's Thursday.
That's what we were in the car yesterday and we got on this spiral of vegan meat and
Yeah.
they're trying to recreate dinosaurs and shit and
There's so much going on out there.
with the animals.
I'm telling you. I'm glad that, like, we don't have to be part of that. Like,
Part of what? We are right now. We're part of it.
well, right? See, you get some information and then it becomes part of your life.
So if anyone wants to be my partner in my vegan human meat company, let me know. I can't believe there isn't. There must be like some sort of rules or something, like I was saying, against it. But like, even like, there's companies that make like goof products.
Not just goof products, but I mean, you can buy artificial nails
That's not.
and
the
other
point
body
I'm saying.
parts,
No, I'm saying like how there's like some companies that like
especially like Halloween time.
how there's like the goof like jelly beans.
Yeah.
And stuff, like how come there can't be a company that's like wacky, goofy, crazy, and it's just vegan.
Frank. Yeah.
Listen to me for a sec,
I'm
please.
listening.
If they just all it is marketing and packaging,
Right.
is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They can take the exact same Impossible cheeseburgers, the vegan
call it-
cheeseburgers, and be like, hey, we got vegan cannibalism burgers.
Yeah.
Or like, how come no one's done that? Because that would be so fun. Because like, obviously, it wasn't even beef to begin with. Obviously, it's not human meat.
No. And it's not beef. So it could be. It can be anything you want it to be.
I mean, the ingredients will say just like a vegan
Yeah.
burger would say what's in it.
Mushroom or soybeans
meat.
or whatever the heck it is.
You want to buy your mystery meat? Well,
yeah. Well, we're gonna keep this mystery going.
That's what I'm saying. Let's not even call it like an animal that you like vegan hamburgers. No, we know a hamburger comes from a cow. Let's name it after your neighbor Dale.
Right?
You know?
Yeah, and we're gonna stay away from the bones. We decided for now.
Yeah, I think that might get a little weird.
Yeah.
I think the vegan bones might get a little.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a human skeleton. But vegan! A vegan skeleton.
Yeah, made out of like something.
Made out of
sugar or something. Sugar's vegan.
Now you're onto something.
Yeah.
Sugar
and
bones.
Then and then it could still be edible.
I fear that the meat, the fake meat wrapped around a sugar bone might like
if they pack it enough and coat it like you would you know, like an M&M casing or something that.
But I fear like if that was exposed to a moist meat, that might, unless it was frozen and like flash
Sell it frozen. Yep, there we go. We're gonna freeze
flash
it
on
now.
the bone.
Flash frozen.
Flash frozen
To keep it fresh.
on the sugar bone.
On the sugar bone.
I think that's the only way. But then what
you
happens
could make
when
it
you
out of
cook it?
cornstarch and water.
What happens when you cook it?
You can just make it out of cornstarch.
But what happens when you cook it?
What do you mean? Oh,
like,
the sugar's
like
gone
the sugar
out.
bones.
Well, so if you do it with like cornstarch.
now
or
you're
something.
changing the recipe.
We can have different versions.
Okay.
But
Speaking of versions, virgins.
Oh.
Vegan virgin human meat.
That you could get extra money for.
Wow.
There's an upcharge, guys.
The purest of meats.
Wow. The veal of meats. Yeah. Wow. I love these think tank sessions we have. I mean, this is something, you guys. I'm just saying.
I'm glad no one's saying anything.
Yeah.
I think we had a comment on YouTube. What drinks do you have today? Oh, just tuned in. Seems like all the food's finished already. Yeah.
But we're going to post it up so you can watch it back.
I would have. There's still a little bit of my Chick Fil A left, but God, something got violent in this order. I don't know if it was my sandwich or the fries. But
I think it was the fries because they're super salty.
I have a little boo-boo on my lip now, and it.
Like a paper cut, but I need something
Salt
salty.
is-
You know how that goes.
Yeah. So.
Look at her.
Oh. She said, "Aren't you holding that there for me?"
I think so. Yeah, so we got some marketing to do.
You're a spoiled brat. And she stood on my legs and your legs to get it.
But it was worth it, she said. She heard it was vegan, virgin.
Oh.
And she had to have it. Right? I love it. Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, that's all I got for right this minute. How about you? Just three little virgins here.
Yep, that's how I got here. You remained a virgin.
The Virgin Bonnie Mary. That's right.
No, we can't tell people we're virgins because then they're going to try and figure out our flavor to make meat that flavor.
Oh, yeah.
Couple of whores sitting right in front of you.
Right here, you got it, man. Right here. O1, O2, O3. We're just having a hoedown.
Us and the Lord with our Chick Fil A.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So cute.
She is. We love her. She's the best.
Anyways, anyone else have anything to add today? I thought I was going to have a lot more burps because I was starving Marvin before we sat down, but then just got this trauma inflicted to my mouth.
I think, yeah.
Hold on.
She's holding back.
Ta-da.
Da. Da da.
Your turn. Oh, that was close.
So, yeah. We'll post it up if you missed any of this amazing content. We're going to try to come live, 2 to 3 times a week. We're thinking about.
I don't like when you tell people that.
Oh.
We're gonna be here when we're gonna be here, so you better
That's
be
right.
here if you want to be here.
And
If not, you're
you
gonna
can
miss
watch
it.
Yeah, well, we will post it up so you can see it. Then.
Stop barking at me. I don't like when you do that.
Because she told her.
Wag my finger at you.
Well, I'm thinking we
That's it.
yeah, we're going to go back to work.
We're gonna go figure out another side hustle.
We can go hustle our side.
The first one we tried today didn't work.
That's right.
But hey, if anyone wants to have us at a meeting for meat, we'll be there.
Yeah,
So
because we're the virgins.
if anyone wants our pure virgin mindset at your table when you guys are coming up with ideas for things,
We're great at that.
we're full of them.
Yeah, we have great ideas.
We're not full of sin, but we are full of ideas.
Yes.
So
You heard it here first.
let us know.
You gonna say bye-bye?
Say goodbye. Say
Bye-bye.
thanks for watching. And see you next time. See you next time.
Let me get those fries. Thank you guys.